What's up YouTube? We're back with my first take on Renekton on this new balance patch. Renekton received a tiny bit of a buff. Instead of leveling after dealing 12 damage, he now already levels after 10 damage. And I try to find decks that can kind of exploit this or that really benefit from this. And one combo that immediately springs the eye is that if Renekton challenges a vulnerable unit, he of course already grows to 6, so we need to give him an additional 4 attack somehow, and one card that is absolutely perfect for doing so would be Unleashed Energy. Having that core idea in mind, I try to build a deck that is very synergistic around overwhelm and attack buffs, but also landmarks, because we of course need to destroy a landmark to get the full +4 attack buff. And I'm very happy where I ended up on. This is basically a tempo or mid-range landmark deck with a lot of overwhelm and also some stun synergy. I just start off with the units first. We play most of the classic landmark package unit in Inventive Chemist, Rockhopper, Endless Devout, one of the true carries in this deck. For this one, instead of Merciless Hunter, we go for Waste Walkers because the Overwhelm tag will be very important, and we also have a lot of landmarks to destroy for the passive. For the same reason, Ziggs is very good in this. He's very, very easy to level, and I also ended up tacking in one Absolver, and Ziggs is a great recipient of the Absolver. Desert Naturalist, plenty of fodder, plenty of landmarks to take down. And for top end, I like to play some amount of Risen Altar and the Arsenal. I'm not sure about the exact ratios yet. So far, the meta did not seem very fast where I played, so I went a bit greedier with the top end. But if you do run into a lot of very fast matchup, into a lot of aggro decks, you should probably cut a bit off the top end and play more stuff like Treasure Seeker and Bomber Twins. Now for the landmarks, which are kind of the bread and butter of this deck. Explosive Minefield is absolutely insane in this. Very often do you not only stun a big blocker that is already scary for your Overwhelm units, you can often also declare your attack. Then the biggest unit will try to block your overwhelms, and then with Unleashed Energy at burst speed, you can remove that blocker and hit your opponent's nexus for the full overwhelm damage. Apart from that, we play Preservarium. I currently like it as a 3-off, like I said, a bit more value driven, this deck right now. A bit more top end. And yeah, I played around with Risen Altar just mainly because of the synergy with Unleashed Energy. Not quite sure yet how good it is, but in one or two situations it ended up being really, really nice to have. And now for spells, I already mentioned Unleashed Energy and Absolver, just great ways of either making use of the Overwhelm tags or even giving Overwhelm. Unraveled Earth is super synergistic in this deck. Basically, you need to time this card well, right before your opponent would want to develop some of their key units. So for example, Bandle City Mayor on turn 3 or Draven on turn 3, Poppy on turn 4. Right before they can do that, you want to play Unraveled Earth. And of course, it's mainly super synergistic with growing Waste Walker or leveling Ziggs. Or of course, once Ziggs is leveled, actually burning your opponent down, but also just granting a lot of units overwhelm so that Renekton can make use of his passive. And I was surprised myself. This deck has a lot of intricate combos, which are not very obvious at first sight. I tried to explain most of them to you, but I think you'll also need to learn them through playing. One thing I can say right away though is that board space can sometimes be a bit of an issue, so you usually want to trade a bit more aggressively than you usually would. Don't be afraid to down trade in the very early game, as long as it ensures that you push some damage in. You want some chip damage early because you want your opponent's nexus to already be chipped so that the overwhelms actually finish the game on the big mid-game swing. And you also want to free up the board so that cards like Unraveled Earth or all of your landmark generators actually have space. But nonetheless, this list was a delight to play, feels very fresh, very nice and interesting to learn. And I have a bunch of gameplay examples for you guys. Enjoy.
Is it the mustache? Who knows?
Maybe I should still play an Absolver in this just because Ziggs is very likely to level. And Renekton technically as well, and then I can give like Devout or something. An Overwhelm. I think one of Absolver might be a good call. Wait, this is gonna be Ramp. What about Unraveled Earth? Just find Waste Walkers. We're chilling. I might have to mulligan more aggressively, to be fair, but all of this is so dead to AoE.
Sunlight guide you, my brother.
Maybe I should have gone Insta Waste Walker, actually. Love the music. Happy to hear it. What's up, Shurima?
They're out there.
GG earlier on. I feel like my opponent wants to play faces of the old one here.
Safeguard our homes.
It might have still been a mistake, though. I think I should have gone 1 3-drop and then next turn play the other 3-drop into Roiling Sands. Or Roiling Sands into... Sorry, I meant Unraveled Earth into the other 3-drop. Oh, thanks for the host, by the way. I didn't get the notification. But I very much appreciate it. Thank you. Gotta edit today's video. Alright. Have fun. Yeah, the Lux Poppy deck is surprisingly strong.
Quick hands make quick work.
I feel like I messed up my development a bit.
Nothing escapes.
Okay, that's fodder for Renekton, I think. That being said, go for the biggest power spike we can have.
If it was important, they should. There's a rock.
Music is cool. Wait, here are some pages where you will have countless hours. Alright, Ziggs already leveled on turn 5. Nice.
Light the signal fires.
Still feel like I might have misplayed my opening though. Okay, this is probably gonna be a ravine by my opponent. Ooh. No way to pop it though. Oh, this is such a good ravine counter though. You know, sometimes the game just wants you to win. Like, no matter what you do, the game is like, here, have this, have that. I think this is one of these games.
A little boom and one really big one. Another day, another explosion.
Oh, that works though. That does work. If opponent doesn't develop a unit, that's probably going to be an avalanche. If they don't have an avalanche, they're dead. Okay, they develop a unit, which means I'll probably go 2-drop into Minefield.
Just accidental art.
They did have a Phases. Although they came from the left, they might have not had it in the early game.
They've never seen a contraption like this before. What kind of mileage do you get on that thing anyway?
So we're pushing 9 damage here.
Can I paint you?
Almost got them in Ziggs burn range. We can pop this, and then we just need to wait for Rockfall Path to count down. As soon as our opponent plays Tryndamere, we can just stun him. Looking pretty good. I mean, I could just naturalist at peak immediately, but let's have some fun. There's not much that could go wrong, like my opponent needs multiple... Ooh. Nasty. The open stun at burst speed is just so good. My opponent needs multiple healing spells to stay alive here and like freezes. My draws were on fleek this game though, not gonna lie. No, the idea of this deck is that you can flip Renekton in just one attack. So you're basically justifying yourself to play Unleashed Energy. And then you also justify yourself to play Waste Walkers because you need a lot of Overwhelm synergy.
Now where did I leave that beaker? Yep. Now I'm wearing my goggles. Whoa!
This might have to be triple Perseverant, triple Unraveled Earth though. But I also think a one-off Arsenal might be good in this. Okay, so we play this into the Mayor turn. Seems good.
Sun's beneath me and winds behind me.
I'm not sure if we're playing Ziggs and attacking though. I kinda like him to be healthy and sit in a backline to burn a bit. Because he's very easy to level in this deck. Alright, we're not having board space issues yet, so no need to block.
Another day, another explosion!
Tried building this exact deck yesterday, but I got lost in the sauce, so I decided to wait for your build. Well, what do you think about this build? I think there might be something to it.
One for you, and one for you!
Oh dear.
Okay, now that we drew the second Ziggs, I don't really care about getting him damaged anymore, right? I'm almost a bit surprised he decided to jump block with the 1-1 instead of this.
We made it. Yay.
Naturalist, that's unfortunate. Ooh, okay, we keep the Naturalist, which is an answer to Bandle 3 later on.
If it's made of sand, I can ride it.
So it almost feels like our opponent doesn't have Flock or Scorched Earth in hand, right? Since they didn't damage Ziggs earlier on.
They've never seen a contraption like this before.
Good draw.
What kind of mileage do you get on that thing anyway?
I think I want to keep Naturalist for my opponent's Bandle trees.
Sun's beneath me and winds behind me.
Still not sure how you're getting Bomber Twins to produce something other than Starspring. I mean, Starspring is fine. They usually produce, what is it called? Ripper's Bay. Just an unspoken rule. I don't know about this pass by my opponent. I mean, I get that they're trying to play Poppy, but I don't think I care. Can push 7 damage here. I think pushing is probably better than end round. Like, I have value anyway. I have draw, I have refill. fine.
My board! I can't wait to see what this one does.
At this point, I almost want my opponent to throw removal at Ziggs. Because Bouncing Bomb is just a poor champ spell. I'd rather replay him at some point.
From all the regions we are.
If I consider Conchologist, it's too slow. I feel like it's too slow for this deck.
I just can't wait. Here we go.
Conchologist is giving Shaped Stone, but I mean, we're not main decking Shaped Stone.
Look.
No!
That's not ours.
Damn it. Oh, I feel like Buster Shot is very likely here. The question is if I click OK first or if I play Wastewalker immediately. So this gets punished by my opponent developing. Slightly, right? I'm missing out on the buff, but yeah. If my opponent does this, I can replay Ziggs immediately, which is huge.
Oh, no.
And then I can go Wastewalker into Wastewalker next turn.
Yep, and let's see what it can really do.
Don't worry, boss. It goes to
That's pretty big. Mini Morph as Ziggs. That's amazing. Naturalist, maybe? Wastewalker is kind of not putting enough pressure out. But again, Naturalist could be kept for my opponent's Bandle tree, right?
this mom.
Nice, my opponent's giving buffs. Don't want these to be at 1 HP, I think. But at 2 HP, they should be stable. Could do this. Yeah, this should be very annoying for my opponent to deal with.
Go away.
Oh, shuffle buttons.
Alright, this is looking quite nice for us.
Time to reveal our superior.
That's a slow card to play. Will I be refining dragons today? I already did earlier on. But this is just so much more fun than something like dragons.
Almost.
Got it. I see an opening.
Dropping Bomber Twins for 3 copies of Ancient Hourglass is going to provide much better protection for Ziggs and Wastewalker. That's not what we're looking for in this deck, though. This is a full-on tempo deck. The issue is if we Hourglass while we're attacking, we're not pushing damage that turn. Show me what you got. Yeah, I might cut the Treasure Seeker for an Arsenal though, just because we often want to curve into, like we want to bank 3 mana for Unraveled Earth anyway very often. GG. Ziggs Renekton, what is this, a speedrun to Masters? Yeah, any percent. The fastest speedrun you'll ever see. Okay, we're playing against a tier 4 deck. Should be easy. The starting hand is almost too good. Like, I don't even know what to toss here. I think we toss Wastewalker. We go 2, 3, 4. Alright, we play Unraveled Earth right away, so we potentially tag a Herald of the Dragons. And we'll have the attack token on 4, this will be lovely. Okay, that's not the best tag. We'll ramp him into turn 6 though, so that's rather into 6 mana, which is fine. Come at me, bro. I dare you to swing. Oh, he's actually giving me the devout. Do I even go for Renekton in this case? Alright, now I do. Oh, then again. Okay, this is actually a hard turn. So ideally I want Risen Altar into Unleashed Energy on turn 6. So if I play Renekton, I need to play like Perseverium next turn. Play Wastewalker. Same outcome. Naturalist. In that case, it's probably Naturalist into Perseverium.
If it was important, they should have built it better. There's a rock, dude.
Sun and steel.
Sun and Steel. So we don't care boosting our opponent to 6 mana. We do care about 7 or 8 because of Eclipse Dragon. Could have just traded this, to be honest. Oh, that's a good draw.
The skies darken with their approach.
Into Screeching Dragon, I suppose. Could pass into Minefield. Oh, Minefield hits this though, it doesn't make sense.
Let's take it for a spin.
Dragon blood demands heart. Let the blood born all half dragon. Break them.
Alright, we got the combo, but we have nothing close to lethal. I think Altar is too slow here. I might want to go for either Ziggs or Wastewalker and to stun into Unleashed. Stun should be really good this turn though.
Rev that baby up and let's see what it can really do.
Don't worry, Bob. It goes to 11.
Where does the buff go? Probably here.
A little boom and one really big one.
I'm a bit afraid of a sharp side block. It would be the scariest. But if I attack with this, I might just give him the Shyvana flip for no reason.
Come face me.
I actually need to be kind of afraid because of the overwhelm on the dragons. I'm not used to this yet. Getting surprise lethal by dragons.
Time is over. As for gold, no regrets.
How soon Demacia forgets.
Time to go for this guy. I think we got this. Of course, it required our opponent to have a complete absence of combat tricks. This is looking pretty good.
I am more than I seem.
Monsters with heart are still monsters.
And just let this attack go through. And then we go surprise, surprise. Oh, I could develop Renekton first. Oh, I really like developing Renekton. Renekton, Ruthless Predator. And frickin' Unleashed Energy, let's go.
You cannot hide forever, Ness.
Power turn.
Shining gifts from the sky.
Okay, so I think we want the attack on the Overwhelm. And the other attack on the other Overwhelm. We pull this to the very right.
Chase them down. I am their end.
Sweet! 100% concerted. I think we kill through concerted.
I brought my own fireworks.
Ooh, someone's got a similar idea. That's gonna play Troll Chance, right? One card kept.
Quick hands make quick work.
Non-flammable? Is that a challenge? Wanna see what it does?
Would you look at this place?
I really needed Rock Hopper there.
The winter's claw strikes.
What you gonna do when they come for you? The Vault is a really good Roiling Sands counter.
You cannot hide forever.
Kinda tough for my opponent to play Renekton here, not knowing if I play like Predator or Exhaust. Swing into a potential Shaped Stone? Absolutely.
Out of my way.
Okay, stacking up the Renekton. What do you think the old Vi Riven deck would do into this influx of Targon on ladder? Good question. I mean, they're not playing Hushes. The biggest problem is that Lost Soul is not a challenger anymore. I mean, survival skills is really good against all the strike effects. That's not a problem at all. Sharp Sight's annoying for ambush, but overwhelm is still good. Could be okay. Not sure if Minefield is better than Seeker here. Both basically kill this for 1 mana, but this can clog up the board.
History is whatever. Where there's a rock, there's a rock, dude.
I could try to go for lethal next round with Minefield into Naturalist. Probably won't be lethal, but a lot of damage. I also kind of want to keep Minefield for my opponent's Sejuani. It's tricky.
Arda's gonna make a meal of them. That's right. Run! Taken.
Go get the shiny dove.
So opponent wants the Sejuani Waking Sands. Right.
Feel no fear, show no mercy. Words to die by.
Stun both, and I think we got him. I'm too lazy to do the mass. Let's see what happens. Looks like lethal though. There will only be 1 blocker, blocks 5. We have 2 5 attack units and 3 2 attack units. Yeah, it should be lethal. Sorry, 3 2 attack
Give us
units.
something good to see. I'll drag you out there if I have to.
Avoid pain. Thank you very much for the prime. This deck is so cool, to be honest. I agree. Okay, we're 1 off. Disrespect swing.
Oh, I'm going to get it.
Ziggs might get the job done. I'll play Ziggs after my opponent swings, so he doesn't get tagged by exhaust or anything. Cheekster, thank you very much for the 2 months as well. Much appreciated. Alright, we're looking healthy here.
Didn't warm up. Time to bust out some combustion.
Nice! GG.